Arrange your ideas in a logical order. A paragraph is more than simply a collection of sentences that support the central thought. So sentences be must be coherent or stick together. The development of the central thought must progress logically from the first sentence to the last. Use linking words and phrases that guide your reader from point to point. Using linking words and phrases is a way to strengthen the cohesion of a paragraph that guides the reader from point to point. Following three types of linking devices can be used for this purpose. Repeat a keyword given in the preceding sentence. Use a pronoun that refers to a person, place, or thing in the preceding sentence. Use connectives to show relationships shown. Meanwhile, on the following wording, etc., to show space relation, on the lawn to the right of the tree to show thought relation. In fact, however, moreover, therefore, etc. Formal and informal letters, for example, it is how to write letters. Formal letters avoid using colloquial words, expressions, substitute with children, man with boy, man and boy, wonderful, many, etc. Avoid contractions, write out full words, cannot, will not, should not. Avoid addressing readers using second person pronoun. Use one, ones, the reader, the readers. And in informal style, may use colloquial, word expressions, kids, guy, awesome, a lot, etc. May use contractions, can't, won't, shouldn't. May address readers using second person pronouns, you, your, etc. Letters and memos. All business letters should include heading or letterhead, date, inside address, salutation, subject, line, body, closing, and signature, enclosures, or CC. Message. Many times we need to convey information in a precise manner, so we use messages for conveying information using minimum number of words. Messages should be brief, clear, and simple to understand so that the receiver of the message should get the same meaning as the sender intended to convey. Message can be both formal and informal. Message. For example, this one. 15th August 2014, 8 a.m. Dear Mudassir, your brother's family is coming to Ajmer. They are expected to arrive here at 9:45 p.m. by Shatabdi Express. Please receive them. Aslam. Notes. Government Higher Secondary School, Biru, Badgam, Srinagar. Notes. Date. Parents' Day celebration as the title of the notes. Up to date. Heading, I mean. Our school is going to celebrate Parents' Day on 21st December 2014. Students willing to take part in this cultural program should get their names registered by 16th with Cultural Secretary of the school principal. This is how a notice, the format, first the name of the institution, then you write what the document is about, his notice, then the date, then you have the title, then the body, and the closing. How to write a diary. Diary entries are meant for the person who maintains her personal diary to preserve some information or some personal accounts of events, feelings, etc. It's a kind of conversation you have with yourself. Controlled writing. It is controlled as well as guided writing. Present a sentence to the class. For example, if you give this kind of activity, if I give you this activity at home, and then cover it and make the class write it from memory. For example, I will speak out a sentence to you, then I will hide the sentence. You have to write it. Hand out a text including some mistakes for the class to find. So another activity can be, if I give you some words written and you have to fill up, correct the mistakes. Then A story can be distributed in the classroom with some missing words, asking people to write them correctly. Take a story, then cut the sentence into strips and distribute them into the classroom. Pupils can work in pairs. One is writing, and the second student is running to find all the paper strips in the room and then dictate them from memory to his partner. After dictating, the sentences need to be ordered correctly and told by one of the students. This is controlled writing. For example, every day Kate wakes up at 6. She prepares breakfast for the whole family before preparing herself to go to work. She drives to workplace. She is 20 minutes away. She takes a coffee break at 10 a.m. Instructions. Describe Kate's routine last Monday and change the report. Start with last Monday, Alice woke up. Above you have the example. Now you have to report it in past. And this is how you can do it in your own words. This is controlled writing activity or an example. For example, this can be another activity for students. 6, wake up. 6:05, shower. 6:10, put on school uniform. 6:20, eat breakfast. 6:35, put on shoes. 6:40, say goodbye to mom and walk to school. Instructions. By answering, now this can be developed as a controlled writing. By answering the following questions with complete sentence, write a paragraph that describes Abu's daily morning routine. When does Abu wake up? When does he do first? What does he do next? Next. And this way, you are developing a writing task. Now, free writing. Let students read a text and note 5 to 6 keywords. Then put the text aside and try to reconstruct the original text using the keywords. This we can do with our stories in class 9, class 10, the books, 11th, 12th, everywhere. For example, they read a passage and they remember 5 or 6 words. Then close the book and tell them, taking these 6 words as scaffold, now develop a story, your idea how you can move ahead. Let students listen to a story and then write about the main ideas included in it. For example, somebody narrates the story. I narrate you a story. Your father at home can narrate you a story. And then what will you do? You will listen to the story and finally you will be asked to write down what was in the story. Also, question is that the learners are answering based on a picture. What, who can you use? Where is it? What happened? What will? If you show a picture and ask questions, they answer, they write down. Fine, that's again a free writing task. Expose the students some factual information table like city or current country, fake files or personal profiles, then ask them to write a new version of the text based on the given one. Writing is not a frightening experience. By doing some controlled and guided activities, learners can find a balance between rule-oriented spelling, grammar, and creative expressions.